Hey, this is Matthew.
And this is Vinny.
Welcome back to Nerd News Today for another wrestling figure review. And you know what, brother? I gotta tell you a thing or two about this figure, dude.
Oh, I want to know.
We got the defining moments, Hulk Hogan. Turn to the word a little bit there. It's hard not to.
They kind of cut the same promo
when
half
you get
the time.
when you get jowly like Hogan, it turns into a little bit of a warrior.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got the defining moments Hulk Hogan figure, which was a great figure when it came out, and it still is a great figure today.
Definitely. Listen, this is the definitive Hulk Hogan to get from Mattel, so go out of your way to go find this.
I remember back when this first came out, it was everywhere. It wasn't even that hard to find, and I remember saying I wanted to buy a second one to have loose, and I never did, and now I regret that because this is the best Hogan ever.
Yes, it is.
So this figure has the classic defining moments packaging, which is really cool, and has a pretty iconic outfit as well.
Yes, this was from his WrestleMania 3 match with Andre the Giant. And as we all know, that's the match that basically made pro wrestling what it is today.
It's got a lot of really cool accessories, which we'll take a look at once he's out of the box. But what a cool display. Like, these defining moments figures were so cool.
Oh, yeah.
They were so enormous, that was the problem with them, but they were really cool.
Yeah, in terms of the packaging, yes, it was an enormous packaging. It is, though, a shame that this line is no longer around.
Yeah. So we'll have to enjoy it in the past.
So, unless Mattel, if you hear us out, maybe come back with this.
Yeah, or something similar. So on the back, we have, now this is one of the figures we mentioned, in the beginning of the Defining Moments line, they kind of had this window packaging in the back as well,
Yeah.
but they were very much the same.
It was all generic.
Yeah. With Hogan here, you've got a completely different, iconic, and unique version of the packaging, where it's
Yes.
basically his shirt being torn open.
Yes, and even if you look on the inside of the packaging, on the inside details, it also has
Kind of see a little bit there. Tilt it a little bit.
It has the details of his shirt. This is when now the Defining Moments really started picking up on its creativity in terms of packaging.
You can see also on the back there has a little bit of the history of the match that we just mentioned.
Yes.
It's really cool. And on the side, nice picture of Hogan from that era.
Overall, packaging was great.
Yeah, so this figure is from 2014, and it had a short shelf life, sadly. I wish I'd bought more of these when it was out.
I got this off of eBay recently, so you could still find them at a decent price.
Yeah, and I think it's worth it, as we're going to discover when we open this guy
Yes.
up. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get Hogan out of the box, brother.
Yep. And as I've mentioned in a few of the other videos, I did get this on eBay, and it was already opened. So please, collectors out there, don't get mad at me that I'm being sacrilegious by opening a package I shouldn't.
It was already busted open.
Exactly. I didn't do it.
And we're back, and here is the Hogan now loose out of the package, and what an amazing Hogan figure it is. I'm not a big Hogan wrestling fan, but I gush over this toy.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way.
And so, interesting thing about the Hogan too, these arms were actually the first time they were used in the line. They were basically made just for Hogan. And since then they've used it for other figures, but this was the debut of these Hogan 24-inch pythons.
Yeah, and this is basically Hogan in a nutshell.
Doing the Hogan pose. Let's show you guys the back as well. You can see it's got the ripped shirt in the back, which mirrors that packaging we looked at.
He has his classic attire with the yellow trunks, red knee pads, yellow boots. This comes with a boat ton of accessories too.
And most of these accessories you already see on him, in fact. Because most of the defining moments, they don't have accessories elsewhere in the box, typically, with the exception of like the Austin, which had the belts.
Had the 3 belts, or I think Cena had like a second shirt or something like that.
Usually the accessories are all on the figure.
Yeah.
Because usually the accessories are the costume. And in this case, we have the headband, which, let's see, I believe it does come off, right?
It does come off.
There we go. This headband is off, so you can put that on the turnbuckle there. He's got, of course, let's talk about that belt, because that's really the reason why everybody wants this toy, too, is the belt.
Yeah, that's the big selling point about this Hogan, is that it has the 1987 WWF World Heavyweight Championship.
86, 87, I think, was the era for it, right?
Yes. Hogan was the only one to wear this belt.
Yeah.
So, essentially, if you're a belt collector, this is the only way you're going to get this belt.
Yeah.
Unless Mattel decides to be jerks and just come out with a pack of these.
I think they're never ever going to put this belt out again, because it's just...
No, it doesn't go to anybody else but Hogan.
Yeah.
Unless they do the rare Andre the Giant variant, which was the very, very long strap.
The enormous Andre belt that came out before this that he wore.
Yes, because that was also a big part of the storyline, was that they were going to create a custom belt just for Andre.
I'm gonna take the belt off him. In fact, we can continue stripping Hogan down. As terrible as it sounds, but
Yeah.
I want to get a better look at this belt. Like, look at the detail. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at it, but like,
No, I
look at
did.
the side medallions. I mean, the detail is just amazing on this belt.
The detail is amazing. If they wanted to, they could have done a little bit more of a paint job to give it more color, but for the purposes of the belt, it still looks amazing.
Yeah, so you put this here for now. So he also has the yellow shirt, which you can tear off him.
Yes.
You want to go ahead and rip the shirt off of him?
Let's see. Here we go.
So I believe it's just basically, there's nothing attaching it, right? I think it just
It's
closed.
just
There's like
a slit down the middle, but you could, there you go.
You can kind of do it.
You can make it pose that he's ripping off the shirt.
Wow.
Which, for any other figure too, they never did that.
No. There was another Hogan, it was a Target exclusive, I'm remembering now. The
For
red
the
one.
Hall of Fame line.
Hall of Fame line. He had the same thing. It was in red.
It was in
But
red.
again, it's a different type of Hogan. Didn't have the same arms. It was a slimmer,
It was the
roid-free Hogan.
That was, I believe, WrestleMania 9
WrestleMania
Hogan.
9 Hogan, yeah, with the cowboy boots.
Yeah, the
Didn't have a black eye. Should have, but it didn't.
didn't have it, and that's where he kind of sent Bret Hart down the toilet for a couple of years.
Yeah, that was bad time in the company.
Yeah, that was not a fun time in the WWE.
So let's try and get this this thing off him to see if we actually can. I'll let you do it since this is
Now,
yours.
because this doesn't have sleeves, it's relatively easy to, maybe not.
I think the problem is going to be that Hogan's got such big arms.
No, there you go.
There you go.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Not the worst. That's
It's not
too
the
bad.
worst.
Just be careful with it. That's basically the big thing.
Yeah.
As you do it more, the rubber will loosen.
We'll loosen up, of course, and at the same time, that's the one thing with rubber shirts I never liked, or especially the jackets. It's really a hassle. Now,
Look at that physique, that vascular physique of Hulk Hogan.
and he does have his iconic necklace and crucifix.
Yes, which is basically how this feud began in a lot of ways. When
When
Andre
Andre
turned.
tore off his shirt and tore the crucifix off his neck.
And so, yeah, that crucifix, in theory, does come off, but I think you'd have to pop the head to get it to come off of him, most likely.
Yeah,
Because there's no other way to get it off. I don't think you could probably try and get it around the hair,
We'll have to do it around the hair.
but we're not going to do it. I don't think
Yeah,
it's worth
because
trying out.
it is a very thin plastic. You may be taking a chance of ripping off that crucifix, which I don't feel like doing.
No, we'll show you guys the back of the figure as well. So I think the whole body seems to be purely new,
Yeah.
or at least new for the time. First for the time, I think the whole body seems to be top to bottom new sculpt, which is really cool. Like even the back, you can see it's different than what we've seen in the past. So of course we do have to talk about some of the quality of the figure itself, because I'm seeing a lot of paint schmutz on his face there.
Yeah.
And there's a little speck here, which I think that we can actually peel off. But some of these paint specks I'm seeing on the face. That's the kind I probably would have passed
keep
on the
in
figure.
mind, I did buy this opened. And
That's true.
on eBay, in the description, it was stated that this was taken out of package for display purposes.
Since it is used, we can't really talk too much about the quality of it.
too much about the quality.
But I will say, I think the
But
difference
whoever
is...
sold this to me did keep this in a great condition.
Yeah, I will say, I think there is some wear and tear on the nose, so whether or not that's from alleged display, I don't know, or it could have just been how it was ultimately bought.
That
We're
could
never
be.
going to really know, because we're buying the second hand. But otherwise, I'd say it's pretty much fine. And I think the sculpt, the paint job, it's such a simple paint job. It's hard to mess that up.
Exactly. It is. It's barely any paint to begin with.
Exactly. It's Hogan. The yellow is the right yellow. The red's the right red. He's got the wrist tape.
Yeah.
The hair is on point. And we should talk about that hairline, too.
Yeah.
That's
Because
definitely
he
worth
was
mentioning.
starting to lose it.
Yeah.
Other than everything as mentioned before, this is a great figure.
Yeah. I wish I bought a second one. I might have to buy a second one
You
now.
might, like I said before, this at least you could still buy it at a decent price
Yep.
on eBay and maybe even Amazon. I believe Amazon still has it. So if you haven't got this figure, I still say go out of your way to get it now before it's too late.
But I can tell you guys, I actually bought the belt separately from another retailer, and I paid $15 just for the belt. So it's probably better off just to get the whole figure.
Get the whole figure in that case.
Yeah.
So, but I don't blame you for buying the belt separate because again, when are you going to see this belt ever again?
Never again. So that's our look at the defining moments Hulk Hogan figure from Mattel from 2014. So I'm Matthew.
And I'm Vinny.
See you guys next time with some more wrestling and other toy figure reviews.